G'day, I am Appy Dave, and in this live stream, what we're looking at today is how do you plan live streams? And this live stream that I'm doing is only semi planned at the moment, but the main goal is that I've got 6 live streams that I would like to do in the next week or so, and I want to work through the processes that I use to automate, systematize my own live streams. So what I thought I'd do is let's just take us over to a little document that I've put together, which is kind of what we're doing today. Now, this was done about 2 weeks ago, so it's a little out of date, but we'll go over the main ideas. Is that we're trying to use AI powered live streaming or live stream planning, and we're going to do it across 6 different sections. And so the purpose is to provide a step-by-step guide of doing this using the AI tools that I like to use. The target audience, if you're watching this particular live stream, then you're probably a YouTuber or a presenter or a business owner who'd like to get started with live streams or maybe even podcasts and other sorts of videos. The goal of this video is to equip YouTube content creators. So this is me. I haven't even read this, by the way. I know the topic fairly well. It's to equip us to do live streams correctly. And I've been working through standard operating procedures and workflows using ChatGPT and other sorts of tools so that I can produce live streams that are quick to do but on point and on target. So what's the video concept? A hands-on tutorial guiding YouTube creators through the essential steps of live stream planning. So hopefully that's what we're going to do today. So what I think we'll do is pop over to a little mind map that I set up half an hour ago. And this mind map, as we go through it, will advance and get more information into it. Now, what we're going to be planning, so these are the 6 live streams, and I'll go into them in a little bit detail. One's the 555 manifesto, and this is my own goal to create 555 videos in 55 weeks across 5 channels. So we'll come back to that. We've got the Project Theodore. Project Theodore is one of the automation systems that I'm putting in place to allow this to happen. So this is the idea of AI agents that are watching every live stream I'm doing and doing a whole lot of work in the background. Or if not AI agents, it can be a team member who's doing the same thing or setting up workflows for AI agents. Then we're going to look at the Dent scorecard, and I think I got another one on Dent. Yep, we've got the grab attention in 30 seconds. And these two are important to me personally. These are learnings that I need to do, and we're going to plan the live streams for them so that I can build a business around what we're doing. Because I'm assuming that if you're doing a live stream, maybe you're doing it for technical reasons or whatever, but most people, I think, are trying to build a business. So we're going to do the planning across 2 different live streams on that topic. Then we're going to do something that I just love doing. I love the idea of B-roll and graphics and storytelling, and I want to do a plan on a live stream that will allow us to have consistent graphics. Now, this is not the execution of this. This is the planning of it is the main thing that we're looking to do. And lastly, one of the big problems I have with my own YouTube channels is setting up the chapter positions on in the YouTube description, and it's harder than it looks. That's the problem. It's harder than it looks. And there's this live stream that I'd like to do in the next week or so about using a particular AI product and seeing whether it might actually be the solution to the problem. Okay, so let's jump into a few ideas. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off with this 555 manifesto, and we'll jump into a GPT view. Now, we better just do a refresh on this page to make sure that we actually have a live stream running, and we do. So this is a good thing to know. Now, this is all learning for me. So one of the areas I want to do is I just want to go into the details. I want to see if there's any other information here that I should be aware of, because I'm not usually going in here in the middle of a live stream. Now, there's nothing clear that I can see right now. So I will just jump us back, and I think I might also move this window over here so it's out of focus. So the 555 manifesto, where did it come from? So we're just going to jump into a ChatGPT, and what I've done today is I've set up a project within ChatGPT Plus, and we can see a bunch of chat windows that I pre-set up about an hour ago. And one of them is going to be on 555, I'm hoping. So let's just look at that. And unfortunately, we don't have one. So let's go in here. The beauty of live streams is that you're never fully prepared. So let's just go to 555 manifesto. This will get us moving. We'll jump into there and we'll talk about this. So the 555 manifesto is a live stream that I want to do. It's what I would call pillar content. So it's an idea that I want to rally people around when it comes to YouTubing. And it came about 18 months ago, I think I created this chat window. It was done with ChatGPT early in the piece, early in my own learning. And it worked around this idea that I wanted to have more than one YouTube channel. And I'm part of a couple of YouTube groups where there's leading educators in the field of YouTube. They set up these businesses, and then people all join it to learn lessons, to communicate, and all that sort of stuff. And there's this philosophy that says that you do not run multiple YouTube channels, and it's a really strong and valid philosophy. The reason for it is that you just split your focus. You can't build anything correctly or big. Now, I wanted to challenge that mindset. I don't think the mindset is wrong, but I still wanted to challenge it because personally I have multiple audiences that I want to target, mainly because I got multiple ideas that I'd love to explore. And so I started coming up with this idea of the 555 commitment. And it was basically around this idea of meeting some of the criteria that's relevant to a YouTuber. Like if you want to get good in this game, it's not about quality, it's about quantity. But with the view that every time you create something, you get better quality in it. I think there's this analogy or story around two groups of people being doing art, and they were both given the same task, which was to come up with the best art prize. But one group were told to do it perfectly. The other people weren't told to do it perfectly. They were told to just do it en masse, just create as many pieces of art as they could. And the second group actually won the highest quality art prize because they had practice. And so a lot of the things that are taught about in YouTube is this idea of getting to 100 videos. If you can get to 100 videos, then obviously you've improved. Now, I want to take that a little bit further than just the 100 video philosophy. I wanted to look at the philosophy of, well, different channels and even different mediums like Instagram and Twitter or TikTok, I should say, and YouTube, they make you think differently. And I wanted to test different styles of videos. And so for me, I came up with this 555 manifesto. Now, I don't think I'll go deep into this because the idea of even looking at this is that we need to do planning around a real live stream on this particular topic. I'm just giving you an overview. So let's come back to the next one, and that's Project Theodore. So if we think about Project Theodore and what does it mean? So I think what I'm going to have to do is go to this window and draw your attention back to a movie done in 2013. And in that particular movie called Her, it has Joaquin Phoenix here on the front cover, and it has Scarlett Johansson is an AI bot. Now, I'm just going to point out that I have a phone here with ChatGPT Plus on it, and I talk to this every day. And this is kind of what happens in this movie. This guy, he buys a AI operating system. It's a computer. It's like buying a Mac, but it had this AI operating system on it. I don't remember the name of the character for Scarlett Johansson, only that it's her. But what happens is that she starts off fairly simple, kind of like ChatGPT 3, I guess, moves into ChatGPT 4 land where we are today. And then she starts getting agency. She goes from narrow AI to art AGI, then to super intelligence, and then she transcends. And one of the things that's going on all along is that she has agency, meaning that she can think and she can act. And she uses that in the movie to do things for Theodore, which is Joaquin Phoenix. I think that's his name. So I have this project and a live stream that I'd like to plan around the idea of Project Theodore being, can I have AI agents listening to live streams like the one you're listening to right now and doing things in the background? So let's then move on to the next live stream that we're going to talk about. Now, this is the Dent scorecard. Now, I'm trying to think of what his name is. We'll find that out later, but it is Daniel Priestley. Now, he's an Australian, and he's a very successful Australian in business and teaching people to become. Now, what do we got? I've gone to the wrong window, and I've been screwing around with my mind map. So let's fix that while we're at this. So Daniel teaches people this idea of becoming a key person of influence rather than an influencer or whatever other sort of YouTuber you think you are, a content creator, a personality. He talks about it as a key person of influence. And it's the idea of building a business around a brand that you control. And so he has this software as a service called Scorecard, which is around lead generation and customer acquisition. Now, while we're talking about that, he also talks about elevator pitches. And the way he talks about them is grab attention in 30 seconds. So this is another live stream that I'd like to do because I have a bunch of elevator pitches that I have to work on around the different websites I currently have or YouTube channels, Appy Dave, Winning Prompts, AI TLDR, etc., etc. And I feel that he educates really well in this particular video that I'm going to talk about, but I feel that the whole thing can be converted into a standard operating procedure, an SOP, a workflow using ChatGPT. And I'd like to do that in that particular live stream. And then the last two that we're going to look at, I've already talked about briefly, is how do we do consistent images using Midjourney or Leonardo or DALL-E 3 or whatever you're using so that you can create images for B-roll. And we don't need to go into deep on how that'll work. This will be a planning session. And then lastly, we'll look at a particular problem that we have. Now, I think I will just expand a little bit on the 555 manifesto before we get started by just jumping over to the web views and talk about the five YouTube channels. So the goal for me was this idea of, could you do 5 YouTube channels, 50 and over 55 weeks, create 550 videos. And I don't know what that would set out to be, about 1.5 videos a week, I think. Geez, am I getting that right? Or is it a day? I don't know. It's a lot. Anyway, for me, I'm sitting with Appy Dave. It's my primary channel, and it's not my biggest channel, but it's definitely my primary channel. It's where my brand lives. And that has 1.8 thousand subscribers, 139 videos. So if we go back to these ideas of YouTubers having getting 100 videos out before they really know what they're doing, well, I've kind of achieved it here. If we move on to the next channel, it's Winning Prompts. This is an old channel that grew really quickly based on an idea which I'll talk about in a moment, but not very many videos. Not a lot of practice in this particular idea. and it's about to be reactivated. Then we've got Appy Dave Research, my biggest channel, and it's all based on the third video that was created. This channel monetized in 9 days. That means it got to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And it was this channel that AI abandoned, which was stupid. It also gave the video that took off here, I repurposed it, which is why this channel actually has a number of YouTube subscribers. But this is now today where I do my research, and that's the live streaming that we're watching at the moment. And then lastly, we'll look at AI TLDR, and this I'm really proud of this channel. I don't actually create videos on this channel. I have a team member who has been doing a really awesome job here, and that channel is now at 103 videos. So this is another example of hitting the 100 video mark, and that was done in about 7 months, and this has got really solid growth going on in it. And then lastly, we'll look at Cozy Cafe, which will be the 5th channel in my setup, my idea of doing all of this, the 555 philosophy. And this is about a cafe in Thailand, and it's also one of the reasons why it's called 555, because in Thailand the number 5 is said as ha. Now if you say 555, you're saying ha ha ha, and that's laugh out loud in Thai culture. So we'll be looking at that. So what else have we got? And we got this, and we got this. So there's the 555 manifesto. So how do we start with this planning? I think what we need to do is reverse engineer what I had done here and talk about how can I plan a live stream. So the rest of this session hopefully isn't me talking all this nonsense. Hopefully it's me showing you specifically how to create live streams through trial and error. So we are going to do 6 of them. There is pretty solid methodology going on at the moment, but it's a methodology that's going to adapt as we go through the live stream, because this is the nature of SOPs and workflows, is that they're all great, and it's great to have them, but they need to adapt based on usage, and we are going to use it 6 times. So let's jump over to another window, and the window we want, let's give us a web view. And we'll pop on over to Agent Workflow Builder. Now this is an incomplete piece of software that I'm writing, but I use. And it's incomplete because I never had the time to work on it. It's what you would call horizontal agent system, designed to create vertical agent systems. So vertical agents are basically niches like AI for legal, AI for medical, stuff like that. And this is about building workflows that are designed for the any niche you like. And the couple of the example we're looking at here is around YouTube optimization. This is a 30-step or 34-step now workflow that I go through if I ever want to launch a video on Appy Dave. But what we're going to do is work within this smaller workflow, which you can see a little bit of the information that we just saw in the document around this live stream, and we're going to create new variations of this. Now, the only area that we're focusing on in this live stream is this area. It's the live stream planning. We're not looking at the script that could be written for these. We're not looking at the launch optimization, which is the titles, the thumbnails, the YouTube descriptions. We're not looking at the amplification, which is how do you market it, emails, LinkedIn posts, stuff like that. And we're not looking at the repurpose. And repurpose is a big thing for me, especially when you're running multiple YouTube channels, because you might start from a live stream like we're doing right now and convert it into a podcast and put it out on Appy Dave. Or you might create it, turn it into a script for a long form video and put it out on Winning Prompts. So all of these are really important standard operating procedures, but the only one we're really interested in are these 5 points, and also working out whether these 5 are enough. Should we have more when we're doing the planning? And that'll become self-evident as we work through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this particular page and I'm going to hit refresh on it, and I'm going to go into live stream planning, and we're going to see that we have no particular information going on right now. Now, while we're doing that, we might go into a web folder view and let's have a gander at what we got in front of us. So I'm looking at the YouTube channels, not the one I want. I think I want Appy Dave Research, and let's also just check where we are at. We're on the 555 manifesto, which is number 18. So I'm just going to pick that particular information, come back here, and I'm going to put in a project code, and it's A18. So when you're trying to manage multiple YouTube videos, I think it's really important that you have some sort of systematization going on. And I do. I have folders for the different channels. We're in Appy Dave Research at the moment, and we are on the 18th idea in my first phase, in the A phase. Not the 18th video, because not every idea materializes, but we're here. And we've got an initial purpose, and I'm just going to type this in. You know what I might do to make my life easier here? Initial purpose. Okay, now teach. Okay, showcase an idea of setting up 5 YouTube channels and creating 550 videos in 55 weeks. Okay, initial audience. Who is this going to be? So one of the things I like to do with my planning is not have to think this through too hard. I want AI to do the thinking for me. I've just got this basic concept. Showcase an idea of setting up 5 YouTube channels in 55 weeks with 550 videos. And the initial audience, I think, is YouTubers. Maybe it's content creators. I don't know. Maybe it's people like what I want to become, key people of influence. Who knows? And we'll put that in. So I'm going to press copy on this, and we are just going to come over to a ChatGPT window. Better make that available for us. By the way, if you're wondering what software I'm using, I'm on a Mac. It's a low-end Mac. It's not even powerful. And I'm using Ecamm Live. Now, I'll put a link down in the description. It'll probably be an affiliate link when I do it. But if you want to live stream, you might want to use OBS. But if you're on a Mac, Ecamm Live is incredible, and the features that are coming out on this are also incredible. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you guys over to Take One Tech for a second. And here we have Alec from Take One Tech. This is Alec. If you ever want to learn anything about Ecamm Live, this is the guy to see. He helps me out a lot. Okay, so we've come over, we've opened up a ChatGPT window. I've pressed the copy button here, and what that's done is mixed in the information we see in a prompt with the data that we've put in on the left, and we're just going to paste it in, and we're just going to let it run. And so what this is going to do is come up with a better purpose for the video and audience. Now, what is it? Demonstrate a structured approach to launching and managing 5 YouTube channels, producing 550 videos over 55 weeks. This video will provide a step-by-step breakdown of content planning, production workflows, monetization strategies, and audience growth tactics. It aims to inspire and educate the aspiring YouTuber and the digital entrepreneurs. Now, it's not correct. Now, I believe there's another area later on in this workflow where I can improve this, but we are in a chat window, so we can improve it here. Let's look at the target audience: aspiring and established YouTubers, content creators, and digital entrepreneurs who want to build multiple revenue generating YouTube channels. That's spot on. That's exactly what I want this to be. This includes solo creators, small media teams, and business owners looking to leverage video content for brand growth. This audience primarily consists of individuals 18 to 45. It always gives this answer. I'm like 53. I don't get this. With a strong interest in digital marketing, passive income, and content automation. They are driven by the desire to scale their online presence, optimize content workflows, and maximize YouTube monetization while maintaining efficiency. Many may struggle with time management. Okay, this is a bit long-winded, but this is actually correct. So what I want to do, the target audience is okay, but the video purpose is not quite right. It's more talking about the philosophy. We won't really be demonstrating how you can do it, though we will talk about how you could do it. Let's just see what else it said. We will talk about actionable insights into blah, blah, blah. But keep in mind that it's a manifesto, so it's a thought project. And that's really what this video is going to be about. So the good thing is that AI or ChatGPT or a large language model, and you could use this with any of the others, Claude, whatever you like, but they will go off in an idea and it's not correct, but you can bring the idea back into alignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this purpose, and I'm not trying to go deep into whether this is right. I know that this will be quite good the way it is. I know the target audience is fine. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put in the video purpose. We've got a copy of it, and I'm going to put in the target audience. I've got a copy of it, and I'm going to press this button here, and we are now going to work out a goal and concept for this particular video and see whether it's on target. So we got a goal: inspire YouTubers and digital entrepreneurs to rethink content creation by presenting a bold philosophical vision of scaling video production, challenging traditional methods and encouraging ambitious, sustainable approaches to building influence. This is 100% right. So, like I said, and this is where storytelling comes into live streaming, I have been part of a few different YouTube groups, and I had my self-esteem totally deflated on an idea that I'd been pursuing without actually sharing the manifesto. And I'd been early in my phase, this is about a year ago, I'm uploading videos across multiple channels, and someone, like, I won't say they attacked me. They just pointed out, this is not right. This is not what the leader of that particular group would teach. He never said anything. It was just an audience member. And they said, you should really only be focusing on one channel. And what they didn't get, and this is the problem of perspective, is they didn't know where I was coming from. They didn't realize that I'd been planning this behind the scenes, that I wanted to learn how to build multiple angles. And that was almost what my brand was going to be about at the time. So their statement didn't help, and it deflated me for a while. So I took that on board, and to be honest, I did slow down on that because they were right too. They were actually quite right, but because this is a hard game. I tell you, this is a hard game. Let's look at the video concept. So that's a bit of storytelling within this live stream. While we're at it, let's just check that this live stream is still running. How do we do that? It says it's running, so hopefully you guys are watching. I have no idea how to deal with comments in this system. I'm going to have to talk to Alec from Take One Tech about how to integrate it into Ecamm Live, because I think it's all part of Ecamm Live. I just don't know how to do it. Okay, so the video unfolds as a manifesto presenting the radical idea of launching 5 YouTube channels and producing 550 videos in 55 weeks. Through thought-provoking insights, compelling analogies, and real-world parallels, it challenges conventional content creation mindsets. Yep, urging creators to embrace momentum, discipline, and strategic scaling. The narrative is driven by storytelling, hypothetical scenarios, and a visionary outlook on compounding impact of consistent content creation over time. Now, there's also some really interesting stuff in here if you're following this live stream and you're doing it for business purposes. So when you're following KPI, and that's not key performance indicator, that's key person of influence, it's not about just following the masses. It's about bringing your own ideas and putting them out into the public domain, publishing them. So here I am, I'm doing a video, I'm publishing it. Am I open to criticism? Definitely. But do I have a different way of looking at the world that people could rally around? Also true. So this is an important concept in key person of influence, and I think I've already copied it in. So what have I done here? Let's copy that. Let's make sure I've got the right values in there, and we'll press copy. Now what we need are some talking points, and I think this will be an interesting one. I think why I chose this hard path, my ideas around taking disparate, is that the right word? I don't know, disparate ideas and funneling them towards specific audiences. So this is one of the challenges I have when I do a video on Appy Dave or whatever, is that I'm Australian. We have this animal called the platypus, and I heard a YouTuber recently talk about the platypus as being the symbol of how a lot of YouTubers create content, because this platypus is it's an animal. It's got a duck bill. It's got flippers. It swims, but it's also an animal. I think it's a marsupial. No, I had no idea. Look, ignore everything I say there, other than that it's this crazy genetic abnormality of an animal. And this is what a lot of YouTube videos are, or channels are, because they go off in all different directions. And this was one of the foundation principles of this manifesto, was that rather than going off in different directions, because I love it, have different channels, and not different channels by niche, but different channels by audience, like people that want to follow different concepts. So my ideas around disparate ideas towards specific audiences. I wanted my idea of showing that it's possible. And I also wanted, and if you look at a Venn diagram, so a Venn diagram is three circles of discipline and where they meet in the middle. So Dan Coe, he's an influencer I follow, and he loves talking about bring together three ideas to build an audience. Maybe it's spirituality, maybe it's the technicality of doing web design, and maybe it's, I don't know, some sort of other, maybe it's business marketing, right? So you bring these three together, and that center point is where your audience is, and you want to keep to it. So showing the idea that it's possible. So the reason I have multiple channels, Winning Prompts, AI TLDR, and Appy Dave, is that Appy Dave talks about prompt engineering for coding, agents, AI agent workflows, which is how do you string together prompts to solve a particular problem. And sometimes I go and evaluate different applications. But AI TLDR, another one of my channels, we should really be bringing these up as we go, right? So AI TLDR, that's Appy Dave, I just talked about it. There's a lot of coding related stuff here as well. But then we go to AI TLDR. This is literally about using different applications. They're all 2 to 3 minute long videos. It's a faceless YouTube channel, so it's using 11 Labs for voices. The scripts are being written, but then it's a walkthrough of how to use different applications. Now, in the Venn diagram, this is very important to Appy Dave, but I don't specifically talk about these on my channel because I don't want to split my focus. But whenever I need a tool investigated, like I've done a lot around Notebook LM and podcasting, we've recently been doing a heck of a lot around design because this is about character consistency, and that will kick into the consistent character live stream that we're about to talk about. I get these products evaluated and published as a video. So I get business intelligence, I get technical intelligence, but I don't actually pollute my channel. But I'm getting everything I need. And then when we go to winning prompts, which is only just been reactivated, the main area of winning prompts, when I originally did it, it was about prompt engineering education and prompts that solved problems. Now, the further I've gotten into the prompt engineering landscape, I've realized that prompts in general are great, but they degrade really quickly when they get big. So I wanted to have workflows, and so we're looking at workflows today. And I also wanted one-shot prompts. That's a prompt that does what it says it's meant to do the first time to build software applications. There's all sorts of automations that I want to do. So this is not strictly speaking what I do on Appy Dave, but this is a big area that feeds into the Appy Dave ecosystem. It also feeds directly into the AI TLDR ecosystem. So this is essentially what I wanted to do. So let's come back to our web view for a second. And where are we? It's here. And we can say why I chose the hard path. My ideas around disparate ideas for audience, the idea of showing that it is possible, and the idea that multiple channels can serve one purpose. Okay, so we'll put that in. These are just ideas, and we'll press copy, and we'll come back to our GPT view, and we'll find the conversation we were talking about, and we're just going to paste it in. Now, it'd be nice to know how long this has been going. I can't quite tell how long this live stream is going. I probably should have took stock of the time at the beginning. But at the rate we're going, it's probably going to be a 2 to 3 hour live stream. Okay, so we get these talking points, and I think I can just copy them directly in. So we'll just put them there. And it's basically just taking whatever I said here and making it cleaner, more readable, more intellectual than I can do. Because I'm just an ordinary human being, and ChatGPT, quite frankly, PhD level, and plus the knowledge of many different disciplines, can take anything I think of and enhance it every time. So we'll move on to the next idea. Video goal review. So we've got a goal, we've got a concept, and we've got talking points. So we're just going to kick in here, and we're going to paste it in and see what we get. Recommendation. So this is also, because I've put in talking points, the talking points might diverge from the defined goal. And this is really what we're trying to do here. We've gone through, let's step back actually. We went through initial purpose and audience that gave us a better audience, and it gave us a better purpose and a better audience. From that, we also got a video goal and a concept. Then we said, this is really what I want to talk about. We cleaned it up, and that then gave us a review of what we want to look at. So modified video concept slightly to better align with the talking points while keeping the video goal unchanged. Okay, justification remains accurate. Okay, what do we got? So because this is a live stream in which I just want to move forward, I'm not going to check it too much, other than to state that it's modified the video goal and the concept. Maybe we should read one of them at least. Let's say, inspire YouTubers and digital entrepreneurs to rethink content creation by presenting a bold philosophical vision for scaling video production, challenging traditional methods and encouraging ambitious, sustainable approaches to building influence. I'd love to have the word audacious in there, but that'll do. The video unfolds as a manifesto exploring the thought process behind launching 5 YouTube channels and producing 555 videos in 55 weeks, rather than presenting a radical idea. It delves into the mindset behind taking on ambitious challenges, the strategy of redefining broad ideas into targeted content, and the philosophy of providing the large-scale content creation is achievable. Through thought-provoking insights, storytelling, and theoretical scenarios, the video challenges conventional content creation mindsets, urging creators to embrace momentum, discipline, and strategic scaling. It highlights how multiple channels can move towards a unified process. Now, at this point, this is all good, right? And I'm just reading. You guys could read it just as easily, and we can definitely update it. But if I actually did a live stream and I read that out, it would be just like it is right now. It's not that useful for people. They want something way more succinct and storytelling and said with passion. And I'm not, one of the challenges I have is that I'm a good educator, but I'm not necessarily very good at the passion sort of aspects. But the good thing about AI is that I can create AIs to do that. I could have an avatar, I could have an 11 Labs voiceover, and I could have a script designed around any idea. It could be funny, humorous, fast-paced, energetic. It could be any of these things, and I could get it read. So imagine we've got this video concept, we've got this video goal, and I'm about to do a live stream on the 555 manifesto next week sometime. And rather than me talking it through this way, what if I just passed it over to the AI? This is the sort of stuff you could do with, say, Notebook LM, but there's many different techniques that we could do this to create a way more engaging live stream than we're currently doing. One of the other things, and this is also coming back into the next live stream that we'll look at, which is Project Theodore. You're watching this video and it's a bit boring from a visual point of view as well. There's no B-roll. There's no nice bullet points showing up down the left, the right, or that sort of stuff. But imagine as you're talking through things that AI is watching everything you're saying, and it's been trained to look out for those sorts of things, and it just creates a little window on the screen with the bullet points that I'm talking about. Now, the really interesting thing is this is easier than you can imagine. We're using Ecamm Live, so I could be pressing one of my Stream Deck buttons to say, bring up a ticker. A ticker goes left to right, or whatever the ones that go vertical. They maybe look something like the credits in a movie. And what that can do is hit a web service and hit an agent, and the agent goes, oh, I'm active. What do you want me to do? I better look through and look for, is David or the podcaster, the live streamer, talking about bullet pointed items? Yeah, it looks like they are. I might just start rendering a little HTML visualization of this, and that could be showing directly in the live stream in real time. And we often think that this is the sort of stuff that Meta would do, Facebook or Google or whoever. But seriously, what AI is opening us up to is that we can build this stuff ourselves. So at that point, I can almost call this an ending. Did I copy that? I think I copied it. Let's just be 100% sure. So let's move over to here. Okay, so we've got a video goal. I'm just going to put it in there. And we've got a video concept that may have improved, and we're just going to put it in there. Now, the next step, if this was to be a live stream, is that I would want to move on to script development, optimizing it with YouTube titles, thumbnails, all that sort of stuff. And then once published, I'd like to create LinkedIn articles or emails to people and then recreate it for other channels. Now, we're not doing any of that today. This will be part of future live stream like what we're doing right now. But one thing I am going to need is a project folder. And I don't want to have to think about this. I know that the next one might be, well, we know this one is A16, A6, I believe. But if I just copy this and paste it all in, we should get a bunch of project names that make sense. Content scaling manifesto, 5 channels vision, 555 videos challenge. Okay, look, probably that one, right? 5 channels or that one. I'd go with that. And we'll just put that in here. And we'll take the rest of them because we do want to keep a track of them. And we'll put them in there. At which point we can go down to the next phase and start doing the content outline. Not part of what we're doing. So let's come back to where we're at. We're a whole long way into this live stream. And this is what we've done. So let's now look at Project Theodore. And what we'll do is we will come back to her if we can find it. There it is. And we will reiterate that in the movie, AI was watching Theodore all the time. And in the movie, before she transcends with all the other super intelligent AIs, she ended up creating an ebook or a book of his letters based off his emails. She also created music as a shared experience between her and Theodore. And she did a few different things like this, plus the day-to-day operations of watching him and doing stuff as he needed it. So the idea of Project Theodore is that we should be able to do that today, because the things about turning emails into a Kindle book or something like that, that's been around for about, people have been demonstrating that with ChatGPT almost since the very beginning. So that's all available. Stuff about creating music has been around for 6 to 12 months as well. So everything that we're talking about, the ability to have a conversation with her, is there today. So we have everything in place. What we don't have is generally one of these bots, one of these chat bots watching us all the time. So imagine it's just always on, like a drone flying around me. Well, personally, I probably don't want that all the time. Maybe I do. If I did, maybe it would go into my glasses. So one of those new smart glasses where ChatGPT is on all the time, or whatever we're using. But I do definitely want it in my research processes. And we're doing today's research. We went through that, and there was a number of things that I could have talked about outside the scope of this live stream, which might have been nicer said as just telling the AI, hey, I need you to research this. And because the AI might have access to the complete transcript and the video and all that sort of stuff, it could actually do a pretty good job of that. You just need to train a particular agent on doing research. Or we might have been in a part of a video where I talked about an idea that I thought was really useful if it was boiled down to 60 seconds. So then a series of AI agents could have been kicked in. One could have gone and found that and turned it into a script. Once that's done, this is a workflow, by the way, that could have then been moved into 11 Labs to turn into voice. It could have been, we could have created B-roll to turn it into images. We could have then dropped it into Pictory or InVideo or one of these AI video generation tools. And at the end of the live stream, when I press stop, I might have a YouTube short ready to go. I might have 5 YouTube shorts. And this is the sort of thing that Project Theodore is meant to solve. So let's move into Project Theodore. And what we will do is we will just go, and I'm just going to save this information for now into the clipboard. What I just get back to the very beginning. wrong area. And we will just make sure I've got a backup of this information. I don't want to have to go and do this again, and I do have a backup of it now. So at that point, I might just refresh this page, and we are now blank, and we're moving on to our next project. And our next project is going to be called Project Theodore. Let's just come into here, copy that information, come over to the configure. Well, this is the wrong one. This is the bigger workflow that I run whenever I'm doing a releasing a video. So we're in the live stream. So I refreshed on the wrong area. We'll call this A16. Okay, initial purpose. And we'll just say, talk about Project Theodore. It is based on the movie Her, comma, and it is about building autonomous agents that watch a presenter in a live stream and or absorbs information from other sources like YouTube videos or documents. And based on the narrative and additional metadata that might have been mentioned in the live stream, it can take actions on that content to produce other content or to do different tasks autonomously. I think that'll do for now. Now, the good thing is I actually have a really detailed document, which maybe we can find, and I could actually boil it down there as well. And we may do that, but for now, let's just, in fact, let's see if we do have that document somewhere so we can get out of here. Go back to, how do you do this? Usually I don't use this from the small screen. Maybe I created it. Ah, that's right. We're here. That's also no good. Let's come to here. Go to here and click on Project Theodore, where I actually have a detailed document. And we could just say here, if I just wanted to describe a video and I had an initial purpose, which is less than 50 words, maybe 30 to 50 words, how would you take all the information we've just been talking about and turn it into that purpose? Now, of course, you can start directly the way we just did, right? You can type this information in, but if you've already got a corpus of information, just turn it into a summary. It's so much easier. Whoa, now that's done that wrong because it's done it on my actual fact sheet. So one of the things I'm not really happy about with Canvas, I love Canvas, but geez, I do not like that aspect of Canvas. So we'll just let that run, and we'll come back to here instead while it's doing whatever the heck it is doing. Initial audience. So who wants this? Do you want it? I guess so. So we'll say YouTube influencers, content creators, I don't know, something like that. But I think the main people that actually want this are business people or anyone wanting to automate an aspect of their life. Now, it would be one thing to say anyone, because really it could be useful by anyone except anyone that has privacy concerns. That would be clearly a group that wouldn't want it. But most other people want something to help them get through life. And that's the goal of this sort of project. So let's just come back here, and I just want to undo that, restore this version, and then I want to close out of this and not do what we just did again. So we'll put that in there, and we will start a new chat window. And we are just going to paste it directly in here. I wonder if I can actually do it in here. I think I can do it in here. Hopefully I can do that without kicking off Canvas, and I can. Project Theodore is an AI-driven system inspired by her, designed to create an autonomous agents that analyze live stream content in real time. That's what it's meant to do. These agents process spoken narratives, extract insights, and supply and supplementary sources like YouTube videos and documents, and automatically generate new content, create predefined actions, or optimize workflows. This video will explore how Project Theodore integrates AI-driven automation into content creation, decisive decision-making, and business processes, offering scalable knowledge management solutions. Viewers will learn about its core features, real-world applications, and how it can enhance productivity by turning live stream thoughts into actionable outputs. So this is perfect. From my point of view, this was never meant to be strictly about live streams. This was meant to be, how can I use it in life in general? But I was looking at different systems that we were using for second brains, like Notebook LM, ChatGPT with projects and memory, um, Obsidian, which is a knowledge base that reads the markdown documents. And I thought, these are all great, but it's the day-to-day life stuff that I wanted to capture. How do I do that? And I thought this was the catalyst for getting back to the Appy Dave research. I thought, hang on, I'm thinking this stuff all the time, and I'm not documenting it, and I'm not creating videos about it, but I could actually be live streaming what I'm learning, and then AI could be watching that, and over time, accelerating me, turn me into a superhuman. So that's where this all came about from. Now, why? And we got a target audience. So we got a bunch of people being listed here. Okay. So let's go copy, and we'll move over to here, and we will paste in the video purpose, and we will paste in the target audience. And I am a little concerned here. I'm happy with this purpose. Not sure if we should modify the target audience, but let's keep in mind that there's a whole class of people that will hate this topic, and they will hate it because of Big Brother giving off information to AI. There's all sorts of ideas around that. I think it still fits the target audience you mentioned, but I think we need to mention it somehow. Now, the reason this is also good for me to do is that it will help when we get to the content creation, the script writing, inform the narrative there as well. So, okay. Entrepreneurs, developers, knowledge. I don't think that said what I wanted it to do. In fact, I'm pretty clear it didn't say. So for now, because we're in a live stream, I'm not going to go with that. And what will happen, because I really wanted it woven into the individual statements, I'm just going to copy this. Well, we're going to leave the information. When I add the next one, I'm going to edit this and paste it in here. So ChatGPT will effectively forget what path it went down. And when I do the actual live stream, I might think about this a bit clearer. So from here, we're just going to press copy, and we're going to go in here, and we're going to run the next part of all of this, which is coming up with a video goal and concept. So we have one. Demonstrate how Project Theodore utilizes AI-driven agents to analyze live stream content, extract insights, and okay, so this has the same problem as the previous one, is that we're not demonstrating anything. It's a thought project. So coming back to the key person of influence, I don't have the resources to actually build this. All I'm doing is talking about it as an idea. Maybe I'll build it. Maybe people listen to this podcast or this live stream and go, David, we'd like you to build it, and they'll provide resources. But I'm not. I will build it, but not the way it's saying. So this really has to be thought of as a thought project. Can you rewrite the goal and the concept to think about it from the point of view that this is a thought exercise that I plan to implement, but that I haven't implemented. So we can't come at it from the point of view that this is an existing system. Well, not from me. It Others might be building it, and I'd be happy for you to do a little bit of a Google search to see if there are any. But from my point of view, this is just my idea projected into the world, and it's not even an original idea because it's just based off the movie Her. Um, so this will give us a little bit different goal, and I did ask it to do a search. So now, as I talk to my agents, right? So this whole thing is meant to be watched by agents, and I let's say we had a research agent. We don't. Why is that not? I'm going to press refresh because there's something wrong with ChatGPT's interface, but it's okay now. Um, Imagine I had a research agent listening to it, and I said something along the lines of, um, I've got this idea that I'm doing. It's called Project Theodore. You can see everything that's going on here, but I need to know who the competitors are. Who's actually doing this? Is Google doing anything? Is OpenAI doing anything? Are there third parties? Can you please do the job? Now, behind the scenes, what's that agent going to do? It's going to read the question. It's going to be triggered first because a bot is just ultimately looking for that sort of metadata where I ask it, can you go and do research? And the bot goes, yeah, I can do research. It's a project manager sort of bot. And it says, I need to delegate this task to the research bot. And the research bot will have tools. What tool will it have? Probably have Perplexity. Maybe it'll have GPT search. Maybe it'll have something else. Who knows? But it can then be supplied with information. And whenever you're looking at these workflows, we're just seeing prompts with, if we look down here and can we see that? If we look down here, you can see that there's different models that could be used, like Perplexity. We've got prompts and we've got inputs. What's the input in this case? It would be the live stream up to this point in time. Plus it would probably be a secondary field with just the last 1,000 words, because it can go, this is the transcript that we're working with. This is just what was said in the last 1,000 words. And here's the question. Can you go and research what people are doing around this idea of Project Theodore? And at the end of the live stream, I could have a list of documents in my inbox. One would be a research on that particular question that I asked in the middle of the live stream. And that's the kind of goal that we're trying to do here. Now, I guess as a second example, because I think examples are a great way of thinking of these problems, is that I will do a video on Project Theodore at some stage, and that example is recorded, it's saved. I can come back to this transcript and just run it myself through GPT or Notebook LM. And that's actually happening today. I have Jan on the live stream at the moment, and he is running winning prompts, and that's part of the things that he's looking for. So agency, the ability to think and take action, is a human trait. It's also an AI trait. It can be done by either. So anyway, let's move on. Video goal, let's paste that in. Video concept, let's paste that in. And let's move on to talking points. Now, I think that's the output attributes. That's cool. Let's move on. Talking points. So what do we got? We got Project Theodore. Okay, what are the talking points? Can AI automate my life? Okay. Can AI recreate. So now it's just a bunch of scenarios, I think, that I might want to talk about. So I don't want too many because it will be for a video. Can AI repurpose? Or can AI automate my content creation workflows? Right? Because that's one of the things that we'd want to do. Can AI take my ideas in the moment and do deep research? Can it automate my life? Those are great. So that's enough. We don't need too many. We'll just press copy on that, press enter on that. And it's just going to turn what I said into better words than I can say. Okay. Looking good. I think I haven't read it. I'm just going to paste it. Move on, and we go on to the next step, and we go video goal review. So the review is basically taking the defined goal that we have so far and just comparing it to the talking points, because that's what I've kind of steered it as to what I really want to talk about in the video with the talking points. So we could really play around with this, and we won't do it in this one, but we could just have something really odd, and that will totally change the video goal review. But we'll press enter on this and see what we come up with. So talking points, why did that happen? Am I on the wrong area? You will, okay, we are on the wrong, I think I used the wrong one. So let's just copy that. You might be wondering, why haven't I got this automated? I haven't had time to work on this particular project in any way, shape or form. And one of the things I saw just recently, which I think is still not copying. Why is it not copying? You are tasked. Thank you. So I just did a video on Operator. I'll just show that actually. So, and this is a great demonstration of what AI agents can do from 2 points of view. So OpenAI just released Operator. It's an autonomous system that will just use ChatGPT and navigate through websites. Now, when I created this video, I had a couple of days later, I had another video created for me, and it's this one here. And this is a better video. Like this has been 21 hours. It's got 18 views, but this is quite frankly a new channel, even though it looks like it's a big channel, big-ish. It only got reactivated a week or so ago, this channel. So there's no one really following this, but it's had 18 views. And the reason is that it was based off my script. The images that are in this video are based off the research I did, but where it took me 2 full days to create, this one was a lot quicker and quite frankly more effective. So what am I trying to say here? Let's come back to our chat windows. I think I've lost my train of thought a little bit. It's okay. So video goal. Okay, explore the concept of Project Theodore as a thought experiment. And I'm going to assume it's changed things a little bit. I'm still, oh yeah, okay, here, this is what we're looking at. Modify the video goal slightly to better align with the focus on AI's role in automating workflows, researching in real time, and managing tasks. Okay, the video goal currently emphasizes AI analyzing real-time live stream content. Okay. Requiring minor adjustments. So it's just talking about the minor adjustments. And we've got a modified video goal. So I'm not sure why it's written it that way. I'm just going to take that one. We'll paste that in there. Why did that happen? Copy that and paste it in there. We've got a modified video concept. We'll paste it in there. we've got a video goal. We will paste it in here, and we've got a video concept. We'll paste it in here. So at this point, I would move on to the last step in this particular process and just get myself a project name. Now, we've gathered everything in this particular chat window that we need to write an actual script, which would actually be handled in the script development phase. And is it doing anything? You know what might be the issue I'm experiencing at the moment is that because I'm live streaming, I wonder if it's sucking all the resources out of my computer. Because I've got stuff that's just not working when I'm trying to click on things. So we are 1 hour and 10 minutes into this. We have an overview and we have 2 capabilities talked about, but we also have a locked up computer. So we may end the live stream in a moment and do it as a second phase. That's not a big thing. Keep in mind that when I'm doing this channel, I'm not doing it for I'm not doing it on like I would on the AI, on the Appy Dave channel. It's not working. Let's go to a new window altogether. Can't imagine, well, it could be that ChatGPT themselves has stopped working. There it is. Okay, Project Theodore, AI workflows. So it was such an irrelevant thing to even worry about. I just do not know why this is not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will bring this live stream to an end, and I'll kick it off fairly soon. I might just go have some food and stuff like that. And we'll get into the next 2 parts because it's really important for me that I do plan the live streams that I want to do, and then I've got a bit of other work that I've got to do today as well. I'm Appy Dave. If this is the sort of stuff that you actually want help with, if you want to work with me one-on-one to solve these sorts of problems, then check out one of the links down below and put some time with me, and I can help you with this. Anyway, that's Appy Dave signing off until part 2. Have a good day.